Alright, we're having a panic attack. Love to see it, love to see it. Really helps. Not getting much sleep, really good for us. Yep, so those strawberries make us really unhappy because they're stale. But if we just put them into a bowl, magically they don't make us unhappy. So yeah, just case in point. So each strawberry, plus 10 boredom. I'm sorry, not unhappy, boredom, because they're stale strawberries. But put in a bowl, it actually makes us happy. They're the same strawberries. If we keep putting the same thing in the bowl, like, yeah, you see I put 3 in the same. So when you're making salads and that, the idea is for every different ingredient, it'll make you happier and less bored typically. If you repeat an ingredient, you can get away with it once or twice before it starts taking away from the happiness you'd get. So that's just what to keep in mind when you're cooking. Oh, strawberries are pretty terrible for hunger, for the record. The advantage is strawberries make you happy when they're fresh. Yep. It's been a thing. I mean, we're at 11,000 zombie kills, so, you know. We've accomplished a few things. You know, we'll be going outside in just a minute. I'm just gonna get one more of these salads ready, because these strawberries are, like, gonna rot any time now, so we're just trying to get as much mileage out of them as we can. Wait, was there pipes in there still? Give me those pipes. Alright, that side's all clear. Not seeing anything up this way. So we're probably going to make the push for Riverside again today. Yep, looks good. Here's some shoes I don't need. Fished them out of a lake. Oh, right. I had people who are new asking me for things about combat. Give me 1 second. I'll show you a couple things real fast. So first, before you do anything else, if you're new to the game, here's some of the things I would recommend. Before you get anything going on here, go to your options. Go to your display tab, and there's a couple things you probably want to change. If you're dealing with any decent sized zombie pop that you're going to run into, these blood decals, every time you kill a zombie, it leaves a little blood splat on the ground. Those don't go away ever. So you kill more zombies, more blood splats. Eventually those will become a performance problem. So you can set that to none to prevent that performance issue from happening, or you can turn them down to delay how long it takes to get that performance issue. And that's more of an issue when you're on higher zombie pops, longer runs. The next one I'd recommend is ISO cursor visibility. It starts at, I want to say it's like 10-15%. I would recommend 50 or 75%, and I'll show you what that is in a minute, but just recommending that. If you'd like, you can have your mouse cursor show while aiming. That's neither here nor there. Some people prefer it, some people don't. Aim outline is probably the biggest one, though. I can't remember if it starts on none or ranged, but I would recommend any weapon. And what that does is when a zombie is in range and you have your weapon like ready to rock and roll, you're holding it up, it'll put a green outline around the zombie to let you know which zombie you're going to hit and that it's in range. Now, the ISO cursor, if you look at this little circle that's moving around by my character with the line above it, so I am aiming at the circle, not the line, but the circle itself. So that's really helpful to know exactly where you're aiming. And it can be very hard to see at 10-15%, so worth turning up. But the reason why the green outline is, like, even if you're into immersion, why it can be important is, like, for one, imagine I'm fighting a zombie and I'm here, and the zombie is to my right. I can't see it. My character in real life would be staring right at the zombie and know exactly the range. But, in this case, I'd have a green outline showing me that the zombie is here and in range. So that's very useful to have. And there's only a few things that will obstruct your view, but they do exist. And it is super sketch to have to fight where your view is obstructed. The other thing is, there are times that the zombie you think you're going to hit and the zombie the game has decided it's going to hit are not the same zombie. And it's good to know that information to know what your situation is. The one I usually will point out is if you have a zombie that is a crawler, that is crawling along the ground, and a zombie that is on the ground that is getting up, and they're roughly the same distance from you and all that, you will generally prioritize the zombie getting up, not the crawler. And I personally disagree with that decision, because the crawler is an immediate threat versus, oh, hi, a whole lot of zombies. Hi, I didn't see you here. But the one getting up is like going to be a threat in a second or two. So I would want to hit the crawler first, then the one getting up. But it's good to know that, because when you look down and you see the green outline on the one getting up and the crawler's coming at you, you know just to keep on backing up and not go for the hit. So, very, very useful things. Another pro tip that a lot of people, when they're new, don't realize is, so I've knocked this zombie over. I'm standing on it. Oh, you know what? I'm a little hungry. Let's have a snack. Nom 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 nom. You know what? That was delicious. I'll make another one. Don't mind me, zombie. I'm busy. So that zombie is a non-threat, so long as I'm standing on it or another zombie is standing on it. They're also annoying, loud, and obnoxious. So that's a good thing to know, is that when you push a zombie over and something is standing on it, it can't fight you. The exception being crawlers. Don't stand on crawlers, they'll bite your ankles. But yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it, because the idea is, like, if I'm standing on, like, the zombie's arms or shoulders, it can't turn in a meaningful way to be able to bite me. Like, I'm okay with it. The idea is you're pinning it to the ground. What is a thing that shouldn't be a thing is there is, as far as I can tell, no limit on how many zombies you can be standing at the same time if you can line it up. I have stood on, I think, 4 zombies as the absolute most that I've ever managed to pull off. So you can just imagine I've knocked over 4 zombies, and I'm standing on 4 zombies as one big group. That probably shouldn't be a thing. I saw the zombies crossing the road back the way we came. Yeah, and as Krimu mentioned, and I pointed out, like, at the time when people asked while I was using the shotgun, when you're using guns in this game, do not move while shooting. The way you use a gun is you pull out your gun, you see the zombie, you hold right-click, and you fire. When you move, you stop, you wait till you get an opportunity again, you stop moving, you hold right-click, and then you fire. Your character needs a second or two to aim. And the outline will start with those guns where it'll start as, yep, you did miss a shotgun rampage. We had 200 something rounds. It's like, all right, well, here's a helicopter. Let's go. But yeah, the outline on the zombies will start red and they'll gradually turn green when you're using certain guns. Like some guns, it'll never quite get to full-on green. It'll only get to like yellowish. But the idea is once it gets to like as close to green as possible, that's when you know you're going to have a good shot. I'd say the best fight we've had in a while was yesterday, or not yesterday, Tuesday. We were rolling around during a helicopter with a katana just going ham to literally hundreds of zombies coming after us. Like, it was an absolute rampage. Easily put on like 400 or 500 kills. Well, I think it's like actually like 500-600 kills before that was all said and done. And you might be wondering why there's a fridge here. That's because I put it there. No particular reason. We had grabbed it, we were comparing stuff, we were doing a little science, and I didn't want the fridge, so I didn't want it too close to my generator where it would get powered. So we just dumped it off the side of the road. But yeah, now Ellen's had 2 katana rampages and a shotgun rampage so far, as like our big moments of destruction. We've also done 4 or 5 machetes now, maybe more, maybe 6. I don't think we have enough shotgun shells from that rampage. Like right now, but I might check to see how our 9mm situation is. I see that big group of zombies back there, and bring a 9mm with us the next time we have a helicopter, and just start popping zombies with the 9mm. Now that we've got like most of the way to aim 5, pretty much any gun is usable. And I like doing that because ammo begins to take up space. And I like the guns, like so far as ammo and all that. Might as well put, yeah. Yep. Yeah, generally speaking, the way I tell people is like when it comes to guns, you use a shotgun first. Like you can use it at any aim level, it's fine. Like it'll carry, it'll get done. 9mm and 38 revolver will work well at about 2 aiming. When you get closer to 4 and 5, then pretty much any gun becomes available. There are some guns that are underwhelming, like the Magnum revolver, in my opinion, is one of the most underwhelming guns in the game. Like, it's... Like, honestly, the 9mm is just better than the Magnum in every way possible. More bullets in a mag. Like, yeah, the reload, I guess, is technically shorter for the Magnum. But I even find I more reliably one-shot with the 9mm than I do with the Magnum. Huh. I actually did pretty well, like the 38 revolver. Like, it's only big consequences, you know, it's a 6-shooter if I'm not mistaken. But it's got a very fast fire rate, so you can just, like, dump out 6 shots or 5 shots or whatever. Interesting. I mean, that happens once in a while with all the pistols, but I've had pretty good luck with the 38. For me, one of the things that's nice is it dumps the bullets out of that thing really fast. Oh, and another tip for people who are new, you don't aim at the zombie itself. That's not a thing you need to worry about. All that matters is like what direction the zombie is relative to you. So I'm going to keep my mouse all the way behind the zombie. So you see I'm nowhere near it. And pop. We're good. That's also true for your guns. The guns don't actually aim directly at your cursor. It's kind of in the general area. And so, like, it will kind of auto-target whatever zombies it perceives as, like, closest in that general direction or whatever. So you can't, like, precision shot, see, like, 20 zombies go, I want to kill that one in the middle. Like, that's not a thing you can do in this game. You can just start popping rounds at whichever zombies closest or relatively the direction of your mouse. Yeah, that's true with a lot of weapons. Like, I'll one-shot a lot of stuff, like, right there with the axe, but then there's times with the axe I'll have to hit them, like, 4 times before they go down. It's just the way a lot of weapons are. That's actually one of the things I appreciate about the hunting knife, is it's fairly consistent. Like, when you get to the point of it be 3 and 4 hits, it's almost always 3 and 4 hits. And another thing in the game, anything that says it penalizes your accuracy, stuff like being exerted, that kind of stuff, tired, just think of accuracy as damage for melee weapons. Like, just pretend the word just says damage. Because that's ultimately what it means. Even with guns, to a certain extent, it's just damage. Now, granted, sometimes with guns they just miss, but same point. And it has been a... Ooh. Today we go below freezing for the first time. Because the low is 28 degrees, which is 4 degrees below freezing. So when I'm not absolutely destroying zombies, it might be time to find ourselves a hoodie. The problem is, because I'm using an axe, if someone is wearing a hoodie, I'm going to tear a big ol' hole through it. I saw a zombie way back there, let's just deal with it. And all these cars are all banged up. Most cars, if you see it in the middle of the road, it's almost always what's known as a wreck. And what that means is when you look at the actual, like, engine and everything, it's all red. Like, you can drive it, but it'll be absolutely awful. No, we have actually not made it to Riverside yet. What ended up happening was our last stream, we had the most absurd migrations. Like, we're talking multiple hundreds of zombies just... Like, we had up here multiple hundred, like 100-something zombies just crossed the road that, like, pushed us back. And then, you know, in Ekron, we got to the point... I actually need to go... 1 second. Yeah, so we've actually cleared Ekron as a town, like, 3 separate times. Like, the first time when the helicopter rolled through, it's like I started the game over, but in apocalypse mode, so not the 16x pop. Like, not that level of zombies in Ekron, but it's like, oh, this is exactly, like, the amount of zombies I'd expected to see if I came here in apocalypse mode. Alright, sure, fine, why not, game? But yeah, the migrations have been rough. What we're guessing happened is between the helicopter and meta events and everything that we may have gotten zombies that came from like Muldrow or one of the other cities or other decent pop area, and they just came rolling in. Because we dealt with several hundred of them. But yeah, since we are basically clearing the map, anytime we see zombies off the sides of the road, we are killing them. They're ultimately going to get in our way sooner or later. Might as well kill them on our terms versus theirs. Because if we don't kill them now, what ends up happening is I get super exhausted, we fought a whole bunch, I end up having to push back, we're backing out of the fight, and then we're getting, you know, intercepted by zombies behind us, and that's a bad time. Yep, nope, it's a marathon. And that's like the thing. People are going, oh, it doesn't feel like you're making any progress when you got pushed back into Ekron. It's like, well, yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but at the same time, I see 10,000 dead zombies. That's 10,000 less zombies in this world. Progress is being made as far as the kill count, even if geographically we've stalled. That it is. Hey, up here, buddy. Oh, we got a cash in at 5 push-ups. We're getting pretty low on the push-up counts left for the stream, so give me a moment. And thank you for all those push-up redemptions, genuinely. It was the thing that I wanted to try and get those, like, that routine going, but again to stream, that's hard for me to, like, get myself to take a break to do them. And by putting as a point redemption, it's just happening. Ooh, there's a hoodie. Hey. That is actually kind of a cool shirt there, buddy. Not gonna lie. Alright, so let's see. Who was it had the hoodie? It was you. Is it in good shape? It is in good shape, so we are going to wear this with the hood down. That way it covers up her neck. And now let's see if we get completely overheated with that. And we're wearing that just because we are getting to the point that it's going to start getting below freezing. So it's getting brisk. So we got to put on a couple more layers. Whereas during the summer, like, I've had characters for the longest time I wouldn't even wear a shirt just because the heat. And again, you can just run right through a zombie. It's fine. Don't worry about it. A zombie. 2 and 3, you'll start tripping and all that. And tripping around zombies is bad. Thank you for the follow. I'll read that name in just a moment when I'm not being beared down with zombies. Thank you for the follow. Queen Wav, welcome to the stream. And if I mispronounce that, please let me know, and I will try and do better. Yeah, like I found that if you find like the Hawaiian shirts, those have negligible insulation, so you can wear those without too much of a problem. But like weirdly enough, the tank tops have higher insulation than the t-shirts. So keep that in mind. We're sending a pretty big pile of corpses. Let's tear this up. And I'm doing this to get thread, because I need that for tailoring. Tailoring is low-key super powerful in this game, once you get it up. Basically what happens is, I'll show you next time I tailor. Like right now I just want to tear up the fabric. But when you look at the protection on you, it'll show like how much resistance you have bites and scratch. You can get, through tailoring, you can get scratch resistances to 100% in all, but I believe your neck, your shins, and your hands. And then bite, you can get a bunch of them to 100% resistance. And the ones you can't, they get to like around 70-something% resistance. And that means where you would take an injury that would have gotten you scratched or bitten from a zombie, instead it just damages your clothes instead of you. So that is extremely powerful when any hit you take can get you killed. And I'm only doing this pile because it's just one big pile in one spot, so it's not a big deal. Like, I won't chase down individual bodies or anything. I just try to stack up thread, that way later on, when we're stuck in just really nasty weather, we can camp down in our house and just do some little tailoring. Okay, but to kind of point out how tailoring can be super powerful, so if I look at this shirt, no defenses whatsoever. Like, I wear it for insulation, it gives me no defense. I've got this rip sheet, it's giving me 2% scratch resist. That's really not that impressive. Now, at level 10, if I put a leather strip on there, I would get 10% bite resistance, 20% scratch resistance, 10% bullet resistance per section. So you get where that goes. And I can layer it, so like my hoodie, my long sleeve shirt, and my jacket are all covering my torso. All of those have that. So just those clothing, not even counting their own defense built in, that's 60% scratch resistance, 30% bite resistance. Just for tailoring. And then the jacket has its own resistance it gives you as well, and all that. So tailoring is super powerful. But incredibly tedious to level. That is a lot of zombies. That's fine. We'll just let them group up. We'll back out, fight them as we can. Yep, that's the thing. It's really, like, it helps all seasons, like, what you do wear, but you just can't get, like, the full benefit, except for in the winter, just because you can't wear the layers without overheating constantly. That was our point in strength, because we have one more point of carry weight now. So we're slightly stronger. And trees are sketchy and scary. I fear trees. They will betray you at any moment, concealing your death. I want to know what jacket that one's wearing. Because that one, I don't recognize the jacket that zombie had. Like, it looks like some kind of leather jacket. But I'm curious, like, is it a biker jacket or what it is? Oh, there he is. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, it just marks as a leather jacket in general. Sure. Alright, and it's going to be about time for us to turn back. We're about to get drowsy. Are they actually attacking the van? Or no, they're just running into each other. Okay. I was like, that'd be new for them to just beat on the van. I would not be a fan of that. Alright, let's get back out of here. I was gonna say, it's like, I hear you, where are you? As a reminder, I do have a filter on OBS that increases the gamma for all of you about 15-20% versus what I see. So when I say I can't see things in the dark, I mean I really cannot see things in the dark. We're getting pretty close to Riverside. The intersection up there that we're getting right next to, that's where you decide if you're going to the country club or to the farmlands to the side of Riverside. And they haven't decided which way I'm going into Riverside yet. I don't expect these strawberries to last the night, so I'm just eating them all. That's fine that we've drawn all these zombies in the road. We'll kill them the next time we roll through. And that's it for the strawberries. Oh. I guess it didn't grab radishes. That's fine. Oh, and I am not using Sunday Driver. I'm using cruise control. For those who aren't aware, if you hit Shift W, it'll turn on cruise control and go up by increments of 5. If you hit Shift S, it'll go down by increments of 5, and then tapping the brakes will, you know, turn off cruise control. In my opinion, cruise control is an absolute must if you do not want to die in a vehicular accident type situation. Right, Rainbow Octavian has cashed in. Alright. It's a shame that these are almost at the point they would give us another harvest.